Hello guys, so today we're going to be talking about how to be productive, especially in school when you have depression, because school is hard enough, depression makes it 10 times worse. So the first thing I'm going to recommend is go to your resources on campus and see if they have counselors for mental health, because they are going to be professionals who are going to assess you and give you specialized care in whatever your mental health needs are, because I'm talking about my own situations and my own experiences and my own ways of dealing with things that may not relate to you. Or maybe they do and you will try them and you will like them. I don't know. I'm just here talking because that's all we do here on this internet. So I've talked about my mental health a lot on here. I don't think I've really talked about how it makes me feel though. And that's a big issue when it comes to school. I've talked about my mental health on this channel, but I've never really talked about what it feels like. And mine is very lethargic. Like, I don't want to do anything. I like sleeping. It's kind of a mess. So there's three big issues with me: getting to class, paying attention in class, and actually doing my work. And those are the three things we're going to cover today. First thing, getting to school. Oh my goodness, I commute like 40 minutes to class. Some days I don't want to do it, not just because of the drive, but because what if I get there? What if my teacher and everybody else realizes that I'm the only one in the class not getting this material and they all target me? Or I get a grade back and I have to face failure, or any other catastrophic thing that my mind can think of. And those things are all anxiety ridden rather than just depression, which I just don't want to deal with it, so I just don't do it. My way of dealing with this is incentive. I bargain with myself so often, but it works for me. I say, hey, you don't have coffee in the house. You know who's coffee? Starbucks. You know what's on the way to school? Starbucks. And I will just incentivize myself. Or, hey, let's go to get a bagel from Noah's Bagel, but the closest Noah's Bagel to me is right by campus. I'm already there. You might as well go to class at that point. It's one of those things where it's like, well, I'm already here. And if I do it, I'm getting something out of it, which feels good. I like incentive. It works for me. The big hurdle with that, obviously, though, was trying to get over the anxiety half of it. That was like battling my depression, because my depression's like, who cares if we fail? Let's just sleep in. And my anxiety, bless her, was like, no, if we fail, we'll never become anything. We have to go. So it was this constant battle. But overcoming the depression part was just a matter of getting out of bed, then brushing my teeth, and then saying, okay, well, what gets me out the door? This thing. Okay, well, let's go. Side note before the second thing, my nose looks like Rudolph because I stirred up dust while I was setting up the lights, and now I'm dying from allergies. Second thing, paying attention in class. This is so hard for me because my depression, who thinks we're gonna fail anyway and doesn't see the point in literally anything, is like, let's just stay on Tumblr, let's browse Twitter, let's think about how we're going to take a nap when we're going to get home. So instead of feeding into this, I turn off my phone during class, and I don't take a laptop. I never take a laptop to class unless I am working on something for a different class. Anyway, only take pen and paper and write out my notes, because I feel like A, I'm actually engaging and I have to pay attention a little bit more because it's not tempting to just open a new tab and go somewhere else. Two, I don't feel like anybody else is watching me and my screen to take notes, because I will admit I am that person who looks at other people's screens. I think we all do it. It's a big blue glaring thing. So I feel safer writing things that probably don't make sense to other people, or writing questions that I feel aren't smart. And also, it's psychologically proven that if you write your notes and then rewrite them, and then maybe even write them again, you're learning the material better. So that's just a thing that I have always known and have always done in university. Third thing is the hardest. Oh boy. Doing my work? I don't know her. I love sleeping. My depression loves sleeping. It is its favorite pastime. So I put things off because I can nap. Then my psychologist introduced me to this thing called the lethargy cycle, which essentially is like a cycle of sleeping and procrastinating and self-doubt and being mad at yourself and self-deprecation. It's kind of bad for you. And breaking that cycle and acknowledging that I do it really, really helped me. It's one of those things where if I don't have hard deadlines, I just don't do anything. And as a history major, I only have 2 assignments usually a quarter, which is like midterm and a final. And they're usually take-home essays. So I don't do anything for most of the quarter except be sad and sleep. So there's that. So what I've learned is having to break that cycle. Say, okay, buddy, we can take a nap, but first we gotta read these 15 pages. Deal? Deal. And having to be hard on myself and saying, we're not breaking this. We are not full of it. We are going to do this. What really helped was writing things out in a planner instead of just saying, Thursday we will do this. It was Thursday at 1 p.m. I will go to the library and I will read X thing to X thing. And that really helped. And also having it physically printed out. My readings are usually online. I've started just printing them out. Yes, I know that's really bad for the environment, but what can you do? But having them physically there, again, I could write it out, I could highlight it, I could tear it up, I could do whatever I want. And it feels like I'm doing something as I'm going through. Because I feel like when I'm looking at reading online, it just kind of like passively doing it, or my body doesn't feel the pages turning, so it doesn't feel like it's actually doing something. So it kind of goes, well, we're not actually doing anything. We're not feeling motion. So let's just kick it, man. Let's just kick it in bed. Because my depression is much, much, much more managed now. I owe that a lot to my psychologist. So repeating back to the first thing, professional help, great thing. And I know that's not accessible to everybody, and that's probably why you are watching videos online. Good luck. I am here to answer any questions you may have in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye. I think I just saw an orb. Is there a ghost in my apartment?